Hey, welcome to the video. Hope you're good. I got off a group coaching call this morning with my clients, and there was a topic that came up that's come up a few times, but I think it's important to share this. And it's all around offers, right? And I was always taught from a marketing and sales perspective that you need to make sure that you're focusing on opportunity volume. So, opportunity volume is how many offers are you making? And an offer might be to book a call with you, or it might just be a direct offer to work with you. But how many offers are you making to the right people? Right. So, if right now you're not generating many leads, you're not doing much to nurture those leads, and you're not posting out many offers, then chances are your opportunity volume is going to be extremely low. If you're posting offers frequently, but you're not generating new leads, so those offers are just going out to the same 10 people time and time again, then your offer frequency is low. And then on the flip side, you get people that generate loads of leads, but then they don't put any offers out. So their opportunity volume is low or at zero if they're putting zero offers out. So you kind of need to get this aligned where there's three components to this. Number one at the top is lead generation. So growing your audience with the right people, and more specifically, if we think of a lead as somebody who has intent, right? Because you can grow your audience, you can make videos on the internet and you get loads of people watching or following you. That doesn't necessarily equal a lead, right? That doesn't necessarily mean it's somebody who has a super high intent of trying to solve the problem that you help people solve. When you run ads, you would make a hook around the thing that you help people with, right? So if somebody has a problem, you can create a hook within the marketing to attract people who want to solve that problem. Maybe you have a guide, maybe you have a training, you have some sort of resource that can help them build awareness as to how they're solving that problem, and it leads directly into your offer. So that's one. We need lead generation to come through, so we have people coming through. I spend about $100 a day on ads at the moment, and I'm generating usually 15 to 20 leads a day, right? So that's 20 new people coming through as leads into my inbox every day. They're coming into my DMs, they're on my email list, and some of you guys are probably watching this video right now. Next is lead nurture, right? So you can generate a lead and make an offer straight away. And that does work for some markets who are just like, if somebody's in so much pain and you have like an offer that helps people get out of pain, that can work really well. One of my clients is a men's marriage coach, right? He helps men who are like on the brink of divorce. And these guys are in a lot of emotional pain. They don't want to lose their families. They take action very, very fast. And it's great, right? They come through, they speak to him, they book a call, and they sign up very quickly. Has a very good turnaround. He's currently doing a 15x return on his ad spend right now. He's done like 22K in the last 6 weeks. So he's absolutely crushing with that. That's not always going to be the case in every market. And for a lot of people, what they need to do is they need to have this middle piece of like lead nurture. This is where you're building know, like, and trust. This is where you're able to build some more depth. And the two places I like to, well, there's three places I like to do this. Number one, because I'm already getting people into Instagram DMs, is I'll have a bit of a conversation and see where they're at, and I'll follow what's called the spin process. So if you Google spin framework or spin process, it's just a setting process or a sales process where you're finding out about their situation, you're finding out about their problems, you're seeing kind of where they're at in terms of like what they've tried before, and then you're just seeing like how urgent it is. So needs payoff. So you need to see like what is important for them right now. That's the spin framework. But if you're nurturing people in the DMs, you're having that one-to-one touch point that can be really, really powerful. You want to make sure that that comes across well and it's not too like copy and paste messagey. Like I like to actually jump on people's profiles, see what they're about. Sometimes I send voice messages. I make sure it's very personal, right? I don't automate that. I do that myself. The second aspect of this with the lead nurture is email. I'm getting them on my email list, and I send an email every single day now. I was doing it a bit infrequently before, but for me, I have a process I call the 15-minute writer. So I sit down every morning with my coffee and I write for 15 minutes. And that is, for me, is really good because it allows me just to sharpen my kind of tools every day. I'm sat there, I'm writing. It allows me just to get into good flow with content creation, right? So I'm writing every single day. That's set up as an email. And then YouTube, right? I'm getting people across to YouTube, and I have quite a lot of content now because I've been posting fairly consistently for the last 18 months. But that's something I need to improve on, right? I know that YouTube is really, really powerful, and I've been a little bit inconsistent with that. I'm actually moving house next week, and we're moving to a bigger place. I've got a room that I'm going to turn into a studio. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to be doing a lot more frequent videos and going in depth, doing interviews and things as well. So I'm looking forward to that. But those three, it's like a three-pronged approach. So I've got the DMs, I've got Instagram, I've got email, and I've got YouTube to build depth with people, right? Build know, like, and trust, share insights, share stories, provide value for people. But then on the last side of this, right, we've got leads coming in, so lead gen with the ads. We've got lead nurture for that three-pronged approach. We need lead conversion. We need a way to be able to take somebody from knowing you, liking you, and trusting you to, like, okay, well, how can you actually help me? And that's where you make offers, right? Lead conversion. And there's two things you can do. You can talk about your program directly and say, hey, I have this program. It's for this type of person who has this problem and they want to achieve this result, right? And you talk about the problem, you talk about the program, and get people to apply to work with you. And whether that's, they fill out a form and book a call with you, whether you have like a bit of a back and forth in the conversations. I've actually been doing a lot of sales through the DMs in the last year and a half, and I'll touch on that in a second because I don't think a lot of people should be doing that. But you want to be making offers. The other thing you can do, which is a little bit indirect, is a call booking offer. So you're selling the next step. So instead of saying, hey, here's my program, you can just say, hey, here's how I can help you, right? Whether it's a breakthrough call, a clarity call, a game plan call, a strategy call, however you position it is a call where you're helping somebody one-on-one and they're going to get some value from that. Going back to the DM thing, I actually have done a lot of sales through DMs and sales documents. So I have a sales document that basically breaks down my entire offer and I sell through that. And I know there's some people who are big in this space. Like, I'm no expert at this whatsoever, and I don't really teach it much for this reason. I kind of just fell into it by accident when I was traveling last year. I was in the States with my wife. We just left the UK, and I had some people who I was in conversation with in the DMs, and like I just couldn't. I didn't have much flexibility with my schedule, so I was like, either I can just like hold off for a month and not make any sales, or I can just send them some information and maybe they'll sign up. And so what I did is I just like put it all in a Notion document. So Notion is similar to Google Documents. It's just a document kind of tool that you can use online. I wrote out my offer, and what I'd actually done prior to that is I'd scripted out a video sales letter and I had it in Notion. And what I did is I took that VSL or the notes of the VSL and I just kind of reworded it slightly so it flowed a bit more if you read it. And I'd turned that into a sales document and I sent it to people. And one client signed up for $7,000 paid up front, and another client signed on to a payment plan for, I think it was like $1,500 a month. And then I had another client the next month sign up on that. So I was like, oh, there's something in this. And so since then, in the last 18 months, I've done about 50% of the clients that I've worked with have come through sales documents. I've made more cash from sales calls because I generally, for my higher ticket stuff, I do jump on sales calls. But for the lower price point stuff I've been doing it through sales documents, and it has been working well. I don't necessarily think a lot of people should do it. A lot of the clients I work with are B2C, so they have like a transformation type offer, whether that's fitness, health, social, relationships, dating, like that kind of offer. I think that's much harder to sell through a sales document because you're generally speaking to an audience that isn't as savvy with all this stuff, right? I'm speaking to coaches. I work with coaches, agency owners, guys who are in the business space and they understand this stuff. And I literally have people ask me if I have a sales document. So it's a very sophisticated market. They understand this stuff at a high level, and they've probably been on a lot of sales calls. They know they know the drill. If they jump on a call, it's not a strategy call, it's a sales call. So I've been doing that and it's been working well. The one thing to note with that as well is it takes a lot more marketing to sell through a document, generally speaking. So the sales cycle is longer. So for most people, I would say your best bet is to sell through a sales call, and your offers should be to sell through a sales call, right? Book a call and I'll help you out, right? This is the premise of it. If you want to talk about your offer more, I would just think about doing some simple content like, what do you do to help people? What problems do you solve? What pain are people in right now, and how do you get them out of that pain? People are going to be a lot more motivated to get out of pain than they are towards pleasure. And if you think about the two industries of pharmaceutical drugs versus, say, the supplement industry, pharmaceuticals is worth a lot more than the supplement industry because it is a quick response to solving a problem, right? If you think about right now I have neck pain. I've been to the physio yesterday. I have like a shoulder issue that I'm working through, and I have like shoulder and neck pain. So I don't like to take them a lot, but from time to time I will take a painkiller if it's too much. If I'm getting migraines and stuff like that, I'll take a painkiller. Right, it gets me out of pain, and I will take that to get out of pain because I'm not thinking super long term at that point in time. I'm just like, I need to get out of pain so I can function, right? Yesterday I was at the physio, and that was much more of a long-term play because I know that if I go to the physio, they're not going to solve my problems instantly. I'm going to pay a load of money and I'm going to have to do a lot of work, right? I'll go home, I've got daily exercises I need to do, and I need to fix this problem over time. It's like selling supplements, right? If you take a multivitamin, that's not going to make you healthy when you take it. You need to take that for a very, very long time. And even then, it's only going to have like a fraction of an effect on top of your diet. So supplements tend to be quite expensive, and they're more results focused. They're more like, hey, you can be optimal, you can be really healthy, versus a painkiller that's helping you solve a very acute and specific problem. That's what your marketing and your offer wants to do. It wants to solve a really specific problem for somebody and show them how to get out of that pain. Then obviously once they're working with you is where you can focus more on the future, more on the vision of what they want to achieve. That's where people stay with you for the long term as well. I've had clients stay with me for 6, 7 years because we've solved an initial problem. They didn't come in expecting to work with me for 6 years. They just came in because they wanted help with something. And then as the relationship has gone on, I've just helped them with more and more things. And the vision and the goals of what they want to achieve have become less around this like quick fix and more around a long term vision. And it's the same thing with your offers. You want to make sure you're focused on solving a specific problem that somebody actually has as well, somebody that people are telling you. Right? That's a big thing. Like I see a lot of coaches, they'll put offers out and it's just the vague shit that people don't care about, right? People don't buy mindset coaching, people don't buy life coaching, people don't look for that stuff. They're not Googling it, right? They're not looking for it. What they're looking for is a way out of their problems. So if you are selling coaching that's more holistic, you are selling mindset coaching, you are selling life coaching, there's nothing wrong with that. But just understand that that's not what people are looking for. They just want to know, can you help them solve this problem? That's the biggest thing. When you do that, when you showcase that on a daily basis, you've got new leads coming in, you're able to build know, like, and trust with them through your ongoing content, through emails, through long form content, or through the DMs, and then you make offers regularly, you are not going to be short on new clients. You are going to be growing month on month. And that's what I want to leave you with. So if you're in the position now where things are inconsistent, this is where you want to set this up so you can have that level of growth that doesn't feel like a roller coaster. I used to have a business that was like this. Every month was up and down. I'd have some months where we did 50, 60K a month. We had some months where we did like 10, sometimes even 0K because it was an absolute roller coaster because we did not have consistent lead gen in place. We did not have consistent offers going out. We were selling really high ticket as an agency, but we were not consistent with our marketing. Whereas now I don't actually charge as much as I used to, but people pay me for a long period of time. They stay with me for a long period of time because I'm able to help them on a good level and I'm making consistent offers. I'm running lead gen consistently. My list is growing. Therefore, I'm able to nurture more leads. Therefore, I'm able to get more people to see my offers. And I can only see this compounding and compounding over time. So you want to be doing the same in your marketing. That's what's going to give you that level of growth. You don't need a million new ideas. You just need to double down on a few core aspects in your business, systemize this, and then create daily structures to do this. As I said, I spend 15 minutes a day writing. That's my marketing. My goal is to jump on YouTube once a week and produce a video like this. That's it, right? It's not complex. So if you want your help, if you want any help with this, then reach out to me. I'm going to put my Instagram below. DM me the word incubator. I will send you a breakdown of how my offer works. And our goal for that is to get you to 30K a month, building these systems out so you're not in the DMs 24/7, but you actually have freedom, you actually have structure in your life so you can enjoy the business you're creating. But more importantly, you can feel like you're growing month on month instead of being on that roller coaster, which I know is super stressful. So if you want to get the details for that, we're about to close the doors for this month as I'm making this video. But if you message me the word incubator on Instagram, I'll get the details over to you. And if you're watching this at a later date, then I can still send the details over to you. I will just have to put you on a wait list for the next intake. So hopefully you found this useful, and I will see you in the next one.